Pillar 6. This is going to be about staying up to date with all of your certifications. If you notice, there's a trend in industry changes being available for those training courses, those certifications. So some states have state inspections. So I didn't get state inspected for a while, and it doesn't pay a whole bunch, but every 10th counts. So if you can get state certified, your dealership allows you to do it. Okay, EV certifications. A lot of people are hesitant to get EV certified. Some people in my dealership are like, I don't want to work on EVs. I'm not going to make any money. Well, you're probably right. EVs are very hard to make money on, but increasing your certification level increases your hourly rate. So we're going to talk about get certified. It will help you. Even if you don't make a bunch of hours, you're going to make more per hour, so that when you're working on other cars, you're getting paid that same rate. So if you're not working on EV, you're still getting paid like an EV tech, which is higher. Making sure that you're keeping up to date with any new training material coming out, whether for dealer, ASE tests, taking your ASE tests. Audi doesn't require ASE tests. They're cool to take, but they're kind of outdated and a little specific to American brand cars. Unless that's changed in the last 8 years. I haven't taken an ASE test in 8 years. Technically, I'm not ASE certified anymore, but I was L1 ASE certified at some point. So I've taken those tests, but if your dealership doesn't hold any value to those, I wouldn't say it's a waste of time. It just might not be the most efficient. I can't say that you went and got ASE certified, that your current dealer would give you a pay raise. They don't recognize ASE certifications. So if you have them, there's a lot of training material out. Ask me, ask some of the guys in the channel for training material. So lots of guides, a bunch of practice tests. That's the best way to train. Take practice tests, practice tests. It's going to help you get ready for those weird questions that don't make any sense, that you have to be very specific and know how to answer. A lot of those questions are going to ask you, like they're going to try to trick you into questions. So ASE tests are important, being certified. If you can work up to get master certified, I'd say before you go gung-ho in the hour category, get as many certifications as you can. If you can get master certified, you're going to get a higher hourly rate before you're making a ton of hours. Because if you start making a ton of hours and you try to wiggle in your certifications, you're going to end up having to kind of finagle those certifications in between all those hours you're trying to make, and it can just kind of cause a little confusion and maybe slow that process down. So EV certified, ASE certification, safety tests. Most of our dealerships have us do safety tests, and then some dealerships and shops will actually pay you a few time units for those tests. Our dealership and company started doing that this last year, so it's been almost a year now, where they're paying us, depending on the length of the test, they'll pay us anywhere from like 2 time units to 8 time units. And when it's slow, why aren't you taking those tests? If you have a certification test coming up and it's due within the next month and you're sitting around in your toolbox, maybe you should take that test ahead of time, because guess what? Now you don't have to take it for another year and you get paid those time units. And while it's small, what you're doing is saving your time in the future. Take that test now, get paid the few time units. You don't have a great paycheck now, but when it's busy and that test comes due, now you're having to spend an hour on that test. So just get ahead of your certifications, get your safety tests done, stay ahead of them, and make sure you're following all the guidelines. Safety tests sounds silly. The biggest thing for me is like body health, you want to make sure you're lifting things right. You want to make sure you're using the proper PPE, because like, you can't replace your body. If you throw your back out, game over, like big time game over. Even whatever it takes a year to come back from your injury or however long, you're not going to be the same. You're going to have to wear a back brace. You're going to be slow. You might have a little bit of a tweak here or there. Make sure your back safety is so important, and your elbows and your wrists and your hands. Just make sure you're staying on top of it, because if you work in the industry long enough, you're going to realize that some of those things, they don't come back. Your hearing, I didn't wear earplugs for a long time, and I definitely have noticed an issue with my hearing. So it's like body longevity is very important. And at the end of the day, making sure you're following those guidelines, because they might seem silly while you're taking these goofy tests that we have to all take, but they're there for a reason. And I'm going to say, if there's anything you take away from these tests, obviously be safe when you're lifting cars and all that other stuff. Very important, but keep your body in one piece. Keep your body, not wearing safety glasses. At Toyota, I never had to wear safety glasses. So moving to Audi was really strange for me to put them on. But now I have like some decently nice pair of Oakleys with the safety lenses that transition. If I go outside, they turn into little mini sunglasses. And I honestly don't even realize they're on half the time, because they're high quality. They don't get smudged. I have little cleaners I can clean them with. It's just natural. Like, get in the habit of protecting your body and using earplugs, or, some of the earbuds, like Apple earbuds and stuff now have like noise canceling or noise reduction. and they act like mini hearing aids. So definitely invest in yourself, because at the end of the day, you won't be able to make any hours, you won't be able to make any money if you're stuck at home on the couch or in your bed because your back's hurt, or you can't, like if you can't hear, like you're always having like what, or you can't see because you got something in your eye, like your eyes, you got one of them. Don't let it go to waste, and make sure you're following your safety tests. Went on a little bit of a rant there, but being certified is going to make you more money. If you don't want to do the work, I understand. Electric vehicle stuff is the biggest thing right now. No one wants to get EV certified. And let me tell you, it ain't going anywhere. So get certified, get good at it, get put in a fire now, so that when everyone else is trying to catch up in the next year or two, you're already there. You got your hands dirty, you got your experience, and you know what you're doing, you know the systems. Take the courses, take the online courses, get ahead of it. If you have downtime, you should be doing your brand tests, your safety tests. You should be doing all your tests while you have downtime, because when it's busy, you're not going to want to be doing these tests. I promise you, you're only going to thank me later when you have them done. Everyone's got to do those tests, and you're like, well, I already did them. I'll take that ticket.